Hello everybody. Welcome once again to my channel. Today we are back on Kasarani. The last time we were in Kasarani, it was in December, and we are told by January 15th everything would be complete and everything was going according to plan. But unfortunately or fortunately, CAF rescheduled the CHAN competition from February to August this year. So this means the tournament won't take place in February as it was planned, as it had been planned. So it has been pushed to August this year. After it was pushed, there was less rush. As you can see, the pace at which construction was going on has greatly reduced. They have reduced the pace since they are not in a hurry to finish anymore. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe it's a good thing because they will do better work, and it's also a bad thing because they have become more laid back. The progress is ongoing but slower than it was last time I was here. But you can see some progress. When I was here, the third tire, the uppermost tire, that is where the normal people are. The first and second tire is kind of VIP. When you look even at the seats are more comfortable. They are more standard seats than in the third tire, the highest tire, which holds most of the people. The highest tire, the seats are just screwed to the concrete, but on the first and second tire, the seats are actual seats with their own stands, with their own steel stands. So you can see 99%, or let me say around 95% of the seats have been installed. As you can see, there are only small sections. I counted 5 sections out of almost over 60 sections. You can see the stadium is divided into sections. You see those lines there that divide it into sections. I saw only about 5 sections in the first and second tire that do not have seats yet, but everywhere else there are seats. So I can confidently say about 95% of installation of seats is done. So we are awaiting all the other things. I think the pace of installation of the roof has been slower than anything else. They say the material has not arrived yet. It's imported material, and some of these materials come by ship, and ships takes long in the ocean. Let's hope it will be here, but it will, no problem. This is the alley behind the stadium terraces. These are the toilets, normal person's toilets. We have different types of toilets here. We have the normal toilets, and we have the VIP toilets, and we also have accessible toilets. Accessible toilets are simply toilets for disabled people. They are equipped with grab bars so that disabled people can hold on to them to make it easier for them to use the toilet. Here we are. These are the kitchen. This stadium will also have kitchen. This is the kitchen, as you can see. You can be in the kitchen and still watching the match. Interesting. The kitchen is placed in a place like that. You can be watching the match while you are in the kitchen. So this is the kitchen, as you can see. They are still working on it. It's not complete yet. but you can see it's a good kitchen. I think they're doing it. They're doing a nice job. This kitchen is quite nice, standard, considering it's an old stadium that is being renovated. That the kitchen is being done well. Those down there are materials. The materials are still coming in for construction. I just wanted to show you. Those in the boxes are some of the materials that are being used. You can see the paintwork is still ongoing. As you can see, there are some fillers. If you look around on the walls and whatever, there are a lot of fillers that have been placed, which means there is some painting that is still ongoing. This one here is the first aid room. This is first aid for fans, not for players. So if a fan, and if there's an emergency among the fans, and they are all over around the stadium, so if there's an emergency among the fans, the fan can be brought here and be handled by the medical staff in here. So you can see it's actually a very well equipped stadium. They are constructing this stadium so that it can meet all the international standards. You know, internationally, when in big games, you need to have first aid for fans and for players. So you go back to the terraces again. The sitting area. This is the uppermost sitting area. This is for the normal people. These are the cheapest tickets. People with the cheapest tickets will be sitting here. As you can see, the seats are not as comfortable as the seats on the first two tiers. These ones are directly screwed onto the concrete, but they are still nice. They're still nice. They're still nice seats, though they are not VIP seats. And you can see the stadium is quite far from you. You pay less money, you don't get as good quality as the people paid more money than you. The last time I was here, this was the only section that had been roofed, and it is still the same section that has been completely roofed, though they have finished the framework, the roof framework. They have completed the roof framework. They have completed installation of floodlights, so they're just awaiting the roof cover. Those are, I think, some synthetic plastic. It's kind of the material used intense but hard. You can walk on it without it bending. It's quite hard material. So it is being imported and it is on the way. That is what we are told. Still on the way. Still, you know, these materials are being transported by ships, and ships are not known for being fast. So it will be here. Fortunately, they have done everything. Installation of the roof cover doesn't take lots of time. It can be done even in a day. So once it arrives, it will be complete. Just like the seats. The last time I was here, they installed very few seats. Now I come here, they have done 95% of the seat installation. And the other section, they can even finish it, but maybe they are still focusing on other things like finishing the changing rooms, the emergency rooms, the information centers and such things. While we were walking in, we saw a lot of electrical wiring ongoing. So the electrical stuff is also being installed. The kind of works that you don't see, that don't show in the progress, but it's happening and it's very important. You know, when they install the roof, you can see the roof has been installed, but when they install the wires, the wiring, you can't tell that they have installed wiring. So people are really awaiting the roof. The roof is making it look like they're not doing anything. I hope these guys really try to work fast on that. Once the roof is done, a drone view can be very nice. A drone view of the stadium can be very nice once the roof is done. It's quite a big stadium. Not quite a big stadium. It's actually a big stadium. 60,000 seaters, not a small stadium. It is a big stadium anywhere in the world. Even if you take it to Europe, it will still be among the biggest stadiums. So it's a big stadium. You know, when Kasarani was first constructed, it didn't have seats. The seats that are being placed are just something that came up. I think some time back, people didn't build stadium with the intention of installing seats. It is nowadays that is almost a must. I don't know if CAF regulations insist that you have to install seats in your stadium for it to be approved. I'm not sure. I'll go and check on that. But I can see all the stadiums that are hosting CHAN and set to host AFCON, seats are being installed. this section here, you can see this stuff. This section here is where the football, I think the stakeholders, people like the football officials, the team officials will be sitting. You know, when you watch like European football, you see where people like Alex Ferguson or the owners of the club, such people, very important people, sit. I think this is the section where they'll be sitting. You can see it's very different from the other sections. They have constructed like a platform, like a table. So they see the people will have somewhere to place. Maybe if you have a laptop or whatever you want to write, they are making it special. And I wonder why they're placing it in the uppermost tier, because the uppermost tier is for non-VIP. I was expecting, or maybe it goes all the way down. You can see these are the wires I was talking about. Wiring is ongoing all over. Electricians, in fact, when I came here today, most of the work that was happening was electrical works. So I think they're focusing on electrical works right now. So you can see there are a lot of electricians working here at the moment, and a lot of fillers. I think they want to do the final coat of the painting, so they are doing the fillers a lot. These are the normal toilets for normal people, non-VIP toilets, Arabian style or Indian style or Asian style toilet. As you can see, it's not very classy, but it's good. Once again, we are inside the stadium. The last time I was here, the middle of the pitch, the middle of the pitch wasn't very nice. Oh, this is where the section that I was telling you about, where the officials will be sitting. So these are the platforms. They will install the seats later, so you can sit and have somewhere to place your laptop, whatever you have. Where the coaches, the coach will be, the manager will be on the ground on the touchline. But these are the football officials, the team officials will be sitting in this area. The pitch is better, though there are still some sections that haven't grown 100%, that they don't have 100% grass. I hope they do a hybrid pitch like they are doing in Uganda, where the hybrid pitch is where they mix synthetic artificial turf with natural grass. It makes it more durable. It makes it more. It reduces the likelihood of having patches in the field. So as you can see, Nambole Stadium in Uganda, they did install a hybrid pitch. A hybrid pitch is where 5% of the grass is artificial and 95% is natural. It is a very high quality pitch. You don't see all those patches in it. I hope they'll do that for Kasarani or Talanta. Maybe most probably Talanta they will have it. Not most probably. Talanta will have that kind of pitch. But Kasarani, I'm not sure. I hope they do it. But it can be done after the grass has completely grown. They normally come with a machine. As you can see the way they're doing in Nambole. They come with a machine that does some kind of knitted the artificial grass into the natural grass. The second tier of the stadium. We are going to look at the VIP toilets. The second tier has the VIP toilets. So here are the VIP toilets. As you can see, the VIP toilets also have the accessible toilets. Accessible toilets are toilets for disabled people. You can see those grab bars. That is where if you are disabled and you have a problem, you grab on those bars so that you can use the toilet well. And this is the rest of the toilet. As you can see, it is a sit-on toilet, not like the Arabic style, the squat toilet that are in the normal toilets. You can see the works are complete, but the rooms have not been cleaned yet. The quality is good. The tiles have been done by experts. Even the the wash basins, as you can see, they are very high quality and very well done. Now, this section here, this is the changing rooms. Now, into the changing rooms. This is the part that I like the most about the stadium equipment that have been done, the rooms that have been done. This one is actually my best. It has not been cleaned yet, but you can see they have installed the gym mat on the floor. The gym mat, okay, I like the gym mat. The gym mat does blend well with the kind of color they're doing here. And you can see each player has his own place where he can sit as they listen to their coaches. They have charging ports and they have their drawers where they temporarily keep their stuff when they're playing. So you can see each section has a charging port. So if your player has a mobile phone, you can charge it here while you go. And you realize that there are so many changing rooms in this stadium actually. You know, this is a multi-purpose stadium. It's not just a football stadium. So there's different sections for different games. They're like I didn't count the number of changing rooms here. These are the toilets. You can see the toilets are very high quality. The toilets here just resemble the toilets in the VIP section. So as I was saying, the changing rooms are so many because this stadium is a multi-purpose stadium. Remember, this stadium was originally constructed to host the All African Games in 1987. All African Games, so it hosted all the games. So it's actually a complex. We have athletics, we have whatever, we have everything. So each team has its own changing room. There are so many changing rooms here. I even wondered. I think some of them might never be used. There are so many of them, and all of them are just built this way. Very good quality actually. They are built this way. I think this stadium has more, of course, it has more changing rooms than what Talanta will have because Talanta is just a football and rugby stadium. This stadium, Kasarani Stadium, host a whole lot of games. So in a situation where the stadium is hosting a major tournament like All African Games, and we have so many people here, we have so many people, so many games, each team will be having its own changing room, and maybe there are different sports that will be taking place concurrently. So it has to have so many changing rooms. This is the biggest and the best renovation this stadium has ever had since it was completed. So you see how the changing rooms look like. Those seats are actually very comfortable. I sat on them. They are actually very comfortable. And this is the anti-doping room. So when we are having major tournaments, I think the players will be tested for doping in this room. This is the anti-doping. There are also several of them, the anti-doping rooms. There are also several of them. So this is one of them, the anti-doping rooms. You are not allowed a lot of time in the anti-doping rooms because there was a lot of restrictions. I don't know why, but that is what we were told. Changing rooms. This is another section of the changing rooms. I told you there are so many of them. And most of them are complete. They are just waiting to be cleaned, which is the final step. Actually all of them are complete. They just haven't been cleaned yet, but they're all complete. So this is also a changing room. They're all designed the same way. They're all designed the same way. These are the toilets in the changing room. The toilets in the changing room resemble the toilets in the VIP rooms, the VIP section of the banks. So we are going to check the lowest tier of the stadium. That is where the VIP section. People in this section pay more because they are closer to the action, and the seats here are also more comfortable than the seats on the uppermost tier. You see the seats here. They are not fixed directly onto the concrete, and they are slightly larger, and the backrest is a little bit higher. So if you want to see that is the players tunnel. I don't like it. It's just plastic. They could have done something more quality, but it serves the purpose. So no problem. You can see the seats here are more comfortable. They look better, and you are closer to the action. Actually, from the video you can't see how close you are to the action, but in real life you're kind of very close. Like, you can see the stadium very well. And Talanta will be even much better because Talanta doesn't have a running track. So sitting on the lowest tier in Talanta Stadium will have the atmosphere there will just be out of this world. I must watch the first game in Talanta at Talanta Stadium. I'll make sure I watch the first game that will be played in that stadium. You can see the VIP section, how it looks. The seats are nice. Like I said in the previous video, the monochrome or whatever, the grey paint, the multiple colors in most African stadiums have never been a fan. I prefer the whole stadium just having one color. You see the roof? The roof structure is already complete. The covering is what we are still waiting. There's only a small section that has been covered. That is the players tunnel that I didn't like. I still don't like it. They could have done something. That plastic just makes it look cheap. They could have done something a little bit elegant, like a modern stadium.